Hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to discuss one topic in first unit, that is medical device and its classification. So let me tell you first what is meant by medical device, the basic definition. So the medical device is nothing but which is meant to or which is intended to use to diagnose the different kind of disease or disorder or any abnormality changes happen in the biological system. So not only diagnosing, even you have things like monitoring, treatment, and management of medical conditions. So this is all about medical device or medical instrumentation. So in other words, we can also call this particular device or instrument is mainly used to restore or correcting or modifying any kind of body functionality or the body structure of humans and the animals. Yes, so on the whole, it's a device or is an instrument or an apparatus which include any component or any part of the component which is meant to diagnose, treat, or prevent any particular type of disease or disorder or any abnormal state of our body or mitigate any kind of systems in animals and humans. Then it is called medical instrumentation. Okay, so now we will getting into different classification of medical device. So basically we used to have two major classification. One is diagnostic and the one is therapeutic, right? So but it is not restrict with that particular classification. We have plenty of classification based on different category. Now in this class we are going to have overlook on of different classification of medical device. So if you start with classification which is based on application, we have the four types. One is diagnostic instruments, therapeutic instruments, monitoring instruments, and surgical instruments. So if you see the example for these things, the diagnostic instruments, which is nothing but it's an instrument to identify any particular disease or disorder, or if you have any abnormal condition by analyzing the physiological data. So these are the particular equipment which is meant for that type of which is meant to diagnose any particular disease or the condition. So example for this type of category, it could be ECG, blood pressure monitors, ultrasound scanners, thermometers, and glucometers. Next, if you are coming into the therapeutic instruments, this equipment or device or apparatus which is meant to treat any disease or condition. So example for this particular therapeutic equipment is dialysis machine, infusion pumps, ventilators, and defibrillators. Just I have given here a few list of uh, devices or instrument, but it's not restrict with this. We have plenty of therapeutic equipments and plenty of diagnostic instruments. So next one is monitoring instruments. So this particular instrument is used to monitor the physiological data of the particular patients of 24 cross 7. So example for those kind of monitoring instruments could be pulse oximetry, heart rate monitor, blood glucose monitor, ICU monitors, and so on. Next one is surgical instruments. So these particular instruments we can call as a tools which is mainly used in period of surgical process, especially for cutting, dissecting, grasping, and suturing. So these type of tools are the device we used to call the surgical instruments. The few such as scalpels, forceps, retractors, and laparoscopic instruments. So these are the classification based on the application. Next, we are moving into next classification, that is based on type of energy used. Okay, so we have different types of energy based on that energy which is being used as the operating principle of particular instrument. Then that instrument is called that particular type. Okay, for example, if we are using electrical energy for as a operating principle for that device, then that type of instrument is called electrical electronic instrument. So like that we have mechanical instrument, thermal instruments, optical instruments, and so on. So first we will have electrical and electronic instruments. Here we are using the electrical electronic principles for the device to measure or record or to have a diagnostic or therapeutic functionality of machine. So examples such like ECG machine, ultrasurgical units and pacemakers. Next we have mechanical instruments. This device will rely on mechanical systems for operation. Examples are syringes, stethoscopes and manual resuscitators. And as I said, we have other three set of energy. One is light, another one is heat, temperature, and the fourth one is ultrasound, electromagnetic radiation. So based on that, we have other set of classification like optical instruments, thermal instruments, and ultrasound based instruments. An example for optical microscope, endoscope, thermal for cryotherapy, diathermy, and ultrasound based instruments should be ultrasound scanners or physiotherapy ultrasound machines. So these are like based on energy. And next type is based on invasive. Okay, that is whether you are making direct contact with your body or indirect contact to your body. So that particular device we have two types. Basically we have two types, but actually we have three types. One is non-invasive instruments, minimally invasive instruments, and invasive instruments. So non-invasive sense, in the sense the device it doesn't have direct contact with the body. More in the sense it's a direct contact with your targeted area, like where there is no need of breaking the skin or cutting the skin. So in that case we are not having direct contact to that targeted organ, what we want to measure. So example like X-ray machine, MRI scanners, thermometers all come under non-invasive instruments. And minimally invasive instruments, here we are using certain procedures that involves small incision or natural body openings through which we are sending that particular device. Okay, so that type of instruments are like laparoscopes, catheters. So these type of instruments will come under minimally invasive type. Last one is invasive instruments. So invasive in the sense, as you know, here we are making direct contact with your body. In the sense, direct contact with target area, not body, targeted area. Like in the sense, you are having a exact you are placing the device exactly over the uh, contact with your targeted site, like what you want to measure or what you want to record. So the device that penetrate the body during the usage, examples such device are biopsy needles, surgical instruments and endoscopy. So next is based on area of use. So like what type of area we are using, we have different set of classification: cardiovascular instrument, neurological instrument, orthopedic instruments. So cardiovascular is something related to diagnosing and treating the heart related condition. Neurological equipments, it's meant for a nervous system, and then a brain, and orthopedic is used to for a bone and joint. Respiratory instrument is used to support or monitor the breathing. An instrument ophthalmic is should be used for eye care. So these are the area we are focusing here. So based on the area, we have different classification. Not only these five, we have n number of like neurology, nephrology, and then gynecology, obstetrics, pediatrics, and n number of area is there. So in these areas have different sets of specialized equipments. Okay, that's why it has different classifications based on area. Next one is based on operating principle. Like sorry, so operating principle in the sense whether you are doing or operating manually or automated. Based on that, again you have two types. Manual in the sense, here the device that which require the human effect for operating the system, or the device that function with minimal human interaction. So that is the automated instrument. So example for a manual is forceps and hemostats. Automated is automated blood analyzer and robotic surgery. And last and final classification, this is very important classification which is being followed in all type of hospital irrespective of any level. That is based on risk. The device is being classified. Based on risk, you have a four set of classification: class 1, class 2, class 3 and class 4. So these four classes has been arranged in order, that is a priority is given on right from lower risk to higher risk, that is from class 1 to class 2. It is has been arranged ordered in such a way: the low class one, the class 1 have low risk, to class 4 have high risk. So the example how this risk has been classified, I mean determined, quantified in the sense. So if you are putting any device on the body, if all of a sudden if the device goes wrong, or if the it goes it has some kind of malfunctionality, so in what way it's giving risk to the patient, that is the matter here. Okay, so the malfunctionality or abnormality of the device, if it is have direct influence or direct impact on the patient, then it is have high risk. It has least impact on the patient, then it is moderate risk. There is no impact or no risk on the patient, then it is the low risk. So based on this influence of impact of malfunctionality of the device with the patient, we have these different types of classification. Okay, I think you might have get it now, what is different classification, how the classification has been made right from class 1 and class 4 based on the risk. So by getting this in one side, now let me tell you what is example, what are different types of things will come under class 1, class 2, class 3 and class 4. So class 1 is a low risk category, so you can place conductive electrode gel and band-aids in this category. And class 2 is the latest gloves and contact lens, even though it doesn't impose a great risk, but it will give some risk to the people if the contact lens or gloves have malfunctionality or it's become improper or incorrect. And class 3 is the IV bags and intervening catheters. So these are the things which is innervating inside our body. It's type of invasive type. So if it something goes wrong in this category, then automatically it will impose some kind of side effects inside the body. It will totally change the structure and functionality of the particular area of particular targeted area. So that's why these type of things have placed in this category of class 3. And class 4 is the highest risk priority, because this type of device or instruments or any kind of things, if it goes wrong, totally it will affect the patient. It's like in ultimate high risk, they may even go death if the attention or care is not given immediately. So example for class 4 categories: heart wall implants and defibrillators. So these are the basic different classification you can say in medical device. Thank you.